Hello, welcome. I am Addison Chriswell, the host of this channel, where I review the new real estate listings in this area for my clients and circle of influence, hoping to garner some new friends and clients out there in YouTube land. Anybody can invest here. We can offer full management of the investment for you. Really put it on cruise control and let the money work for you way better than these unsavory markets, for stocks. And the tech sector is just making it so different. Real estate is just, it's kind of like gold and silver. Uh, a steady hand when you want to really consider where you should put your payments and your funds and investment time and money, all that good stuff. Okay, so it's approaching 4 o'clock. It's about 3:30 now, 3:36, and we've had a day. We've had a day. Got a lot of stuff going on. I've got a lot of listings. I've never had more listings than I have had before right now, which is a great thing. We're kind of shifted away from buyer agency so much into development side, and with the development side, it's come with a lot of property and land owners, calling me and getting their listings sold as well. So land, condos, primary homes, I can sell them all. And, this is really more for an investment effort. I have clients that buy and sell something almost every single year. And, that's really what you need to be doing. You buy, you sell right away, or you rent for a while, collect that rent, then add that rent money you collected when you sell it 3 years. Think about that. If you just did $100,000 property, if you had 5% down and you get a low payment set up, and there's a little bit of a difference there, between the rent that you collect and the mortgage payment that you owe. Forget it. Go ahead and apply that entire rent payment back on the mortgage and be chopping that balance down. 3 to 5 years, you have got a really good equity chunk coming back out when you cash that property out and you get them going. And there's a lane for you. A lot of people think, oh, I can't get a business loan. It's just too much risk, too many dollars in total, grand total. No, there is lanes that you can do as a beginner, as tenured, that needs to start lower price, higher price. West Alabama is really a great place to do that. Like I said, I'm a living testimony to that. I've had a lot of experience across the board in real estate here in Alabama over the past 15 years. I've seen so many different market conditions, that change, but I've also seen the ones that don't change. All right, let's see here. I don't want that one. There we go. So I did a bit of a preview before we went live here. And there's some interesting listings today. North River Shores, it's got a lot of activity. I don't know if it's just one seller or several different ones. There's a 1 acre lot, residential lot. It's directly on Lake Tuscaloosa, Northport side, much closer to the river. But they're asking $300,000. Another threshold asking price. Be very eager to see if that one sells right away or it has any traffic at all. And beautiful spot. It's not a really big area. It says it's facing Goat Island. I don't know if that's something relevant, to like locals and stuff. I'm not really familiar with that. I'll have to look it up. But there was also some affordable cabins, like those storage buildings that they bought a larger, floor plan and converted it into some sort of residential space. So it's smaller, but it's right there at North River Shores, and it's got a lower price point. like one of them was $150,000. Great little retreat, Airbnb, income opportunity, getaway. Um, so yeah, new construction in Stillwater there, north of the River City. That was another one. And let's just get going here. It looks like several more have gone in since I reviewed here. Up to 18 listings now, most all of them in Tuscaloosa County. I see one there in Bankston, which is Fayette County. Carbon Hill, that's also Fayette County. All right, let's see. First up, we're in Ralph, Alabama. A lot of people think Wesley Chapel Road is more Northport, but it really is Ralph, unincorporated area. Very popular, though. This is no subdivision and almost 7 acres. You don't see that a whole lot. Mid-century rancher, straight up, 1950 year built, 1,642 square foot. So it's a smaller, but it's a moderate floor plan. That's plenty of space for a small family. Myrtlewood Elementary, Tuscaloosa County High School. I love Myrtlewood School. Precious little small elementaries. I love those schools. Kind of like Maxwell here in Duncanville. Really good elementary schools to be a part of. Jonathan Fuller over at Keller Williams Franchise Branch here in Tuscaloosa. He's got the listing for this one. So it's a home, almost 7 acres for $290, $289.9 asking price. Something like that. Let's just do a little math right here. Let's say Jonathan is offering, usually Keller Williams has got a 5%. They might do the 3, they might do 2.5. Let's just say if you had $289.9 and my commission was 2.5, I'm going to try and reiterate on these primary home listings, why my buyer agency is so much better, especially after now, they've made it's just buyer agency can be perceived as just more money if they don't understand your value. And I've crafted an offer, and I hate to say it, not all realtors are created equal. It's supposed to supersede and give my clients and my service a leg up compared to everybody else when you combine and save. So, for example, that's a mid-century rancher. They're asking $290 for it. You only have 1,600 square foot to furnish there, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and the commission is $72.47. Let's see here. 0.2 is $14.49. So I have about $57.98 roughly in gross commission there before some of the expenses I might have. But right there, again, a furniture sale and a real estate sale is one and the same to us. And again, so there, I used to have a chart where it had some set numbers, and I need to update that before I use it again. But just for example here, if I split it down the middle and I gave you $2,899 that would be given to the furniture store as an allowance towards furniture for whatever you want to furnish this 1,700 square foot new home. And listen, we know you have money and you have your own furniture. Everybody has a place to sleep tonight. But you really, want to consider you go through this much effort to get a $300,000 new home, and you don't want some brand new Ashley furniture because the realtor that you have has now made this a standard, a new standard? Are you kidding? Everything is so expensive, and just like combining your home and auto insurance policies, they make you do that. Now, you can't even get some policies without combining them, and that still leaves a $3,000 commission for us for me, to pay me or Brandy, and Advantage gets a portion of that as well. So keep that in mind right there. Nice, affordable, somewhat affordable, just over that 250 threshold, with 7 acres that you could also cash out. And with me, you'd almost have a $3,000 furniture allowance as well. So, and again, I always like to explain this too. You may not can furnish an entire house for $3,000, but you could furnish the entire house for say $6,500. And when you go and pick out $6,500 worth of furniture that you got to pick, totally custom your deal, whatever, and you get that $6,500 invoice and it gets cut in half because of the broker that you used offering more than everybody else has ever done before. That's the best kept secret in Alabama. You got to call me. All right, let's go. Moving on here. We're in Moundville, which is Hale County, but it feels like Tuscaloosa, depending on where you are. 3-bed, 2-bath mobile home, 2001 model, so it's got some age on it, but it looks fine. The photo there, 1 acre lot, got that full 1 acre parcel, 1,280 square foot model, Moundville Elementary, Hale County High School. Elena Thomas at Southern Homes of Tuscaloosa Incorporated. I'm not sure where that office is. $170,000. That's not bad. That would be a super affordable payment with a full acre there. You know, good starter home for somebody. I don't know if you can get $1,700 a month rent to get the 1% investor approach, but probably could get damn near it. All right, next up, back in Tuscaloosa County, 69 South, right here beside me, Inverness, another subdivision that was developed by my brokerage office. You know, Advantage Realty has really been here a long time, since the big real estate boom back in the 80s. And, you know, again, a lot of these subdivisions have been, you know, developed by us, and this is definitely one of them. It's a Trick and Ellis development here. Brianna Bales, Keller Williams franchise branch, got the listing on this one. Built in 1996, right before turn of the century. Remember what I say about those homes built in the 90s? You get a better product, not a mid-century rancher, better product, but it's got that time to get a better pricing opportunity. 4-bed, 2 full bath, 1 half bath, 2,245 square foot. That's ample square footage. It's a bigger floor plan for sure. Just under a third of an acre, 0.28. You know, a lot of the subdivisions in the metros have smaller lots like that. And they're asking $339. $339. So see right there, that's a bigger square footage home, nicer looking, good subdivision, solid brick, and you know, it would be $399 in some of the, you know, higher markets. All right, so next up, here we go. North River Country Club. This is the first one. Northport side. This is a 1993 year built, not a mid-century. Tanner Ashcraft over at Pritchett Moore Real Estate has got it listed. He and his mother work together. It looks like Joan Ashcraft is with Hamner Real Estate. So they're listing it together, but Tanner is with Pritchett Moore. Joan is with Hamner. So go figure. 3-bed, 2 full bath, 1 half bath, almost an acre and a half lot. So it's a bigger lot, which is what you want. Big ass house, 3,004 square feet. You would want to consider your carry cost monthly on a home that big. North River Country Club subdivision, like I said, Huntington Elementary, Tuscaloosa County High School for the zoning, 674.9. 674.9. A little bit more prestigious, close to the lake there. It might even be directly on the lake. I didn't look. All right, next up, we got a rental opportunity with my buddy Andy Bone over at Andrew J. Bone Real Estate Group. He's in Birmingham, but he has a ton of rentals here in Tuscaloosa. One of the main ones is Regency Oaks condominiums, where I have a lot of clients as well. This is a 3-bed, 1 bath, early mid-century, 1945, the year my grandfather was born. Year built, let's see, Andy Bone, 1,495 square footage. No, Bruce, what am I talking about? Bruce is way before 1945. So 60, 25, and then 50. Yeah, it's like 1933. Excuse me. I think I'm thinking about the Second World War here. Okay, next up, Foster's, where we just recently put a residential lot under contract, and we processing the earnest money right now. That's actually what Brandy's doing as we speak. This is Lock 9 Road, one of the main roads there. 4 bed, 2 bath, 1/2 bath, almost 4 acres with it. It's the second listing, primary home listing with acreage. This is a bigger one, also built in 1998, which is great. 2,340 square foot, Myrtlewood Elementary again, Sipsey Valley High School, great schools. Dana Oglesby over at Remax Franchise, the Premier Group location. She's got it listed $399,900. That's not bad. Bigger home, better inventory, even though it's built in the 90s. It's got the architectural roof, the solid brick. It's a better quality home, and almost 4 acres, under 400 grand. That's a good buy. It's a great primary home. Really good. Okay, here's the new construction in Stillwater, right there across from the Towns North River entrance, Tuscaloosa City North. This one's just under 600 G's, 2,299 square feet. So it's a larger floor plan. Most of the houses in that subdivision, it's a one street subdivision with a cul-de-sac at the end. You turn around, you go back right to the entrance. Not very big at all, but most of them in this subdivision are in that range. None of them are like huge. The lot that's directly on the lake in that subdivision is still available. By the way, this was 1600 Stillwater Circle. Builders Group, TBG, Ashley Creel, Quarter Real Estate's another family business. Quarter Real Estate is the exclusive listing agency for the Builders Group. Amanda Quarter, Brock Quarter. And so just under 600 grand, under a fifth of an acre lot, 0.16, with most of them are, that size in that subdivision. 4 bedrooms, Tuscaloosa City North. And see right there, now let's do some math real quick. Let's do some math real quick. And this one, new construction, which means it's empty, it's vacant. You got to furnish that damn thing. They probably have 2%. Shoot. 2% commission. Wait a second now. 549, 900. There we go. That was the problem. Okay, so commission. If it's 2%, needs to be 2.5%. 10,900. Again, if I split that with you, it's brand new. You get $5,000 worth of furniture. We have a $5,000 commission remaining. Store makes a sale. We make a sale. You get thousands in saving. Full-time real estate brokers dotting your T's, dotting your I's, crossing your T's. Like just you just don't understand how we just make contracts chop suey. I've done this for so long. You just gotta call us. We gotta call us. We work in real time, and you will be impressed. So yeah, there you go. Save thousands just for using my service. You still gotta buy the house. The seller still pays the commission. So, it definitely beats just using some willy-nilly that Zillow sent you, which is what a lot of people do. And, now the buyer agency agreement, you basically have to agree with that agent before you even go if you're going to guarantee them a commission or not. I just marked that completely out. We've never operated like that. I think it was designed to make things very difficult. And I'm surprised to hear how things are still kind of being done the same, somewhat the same. There's no way a lot of agents are doing like I do and just specifically mark out that commission guarantee just to sign somebody up for buyer agency. It's very, very interesting. All right, we got a few more here. Moundville again. It says South Tuscaloosa County, but this is in Hale County. Cherokee Bend subdivision, one of the most recognized subdivisions in the area. This is a 2020 year built home, almost 1,900 square foot and a half an acre, 0.42. 4 bed, 2 bath. Wes York over at Hamner Real Estate's top producer over there. 259.9, so right there above that 250 threshold, which I kind of consider the affordable range, especially if there was two people, that had a job living in the house. And okay, next up in Fayette, this is our first one in Fayette County. This is Bankston area. It's got Berry Schools, smaller floor plan, 1,152 square foot. But another one built in 1991, which you know what I say, love those. And it's got 9.1 acres, which is huge. That is a lot of land to just throw in. I really think this one, just because of the amount of land it's got, it would really be worth having the 9 acres with it, and the asking price the sellers got on it, 215,000. If you just did a rental, for like 3 to 5 years, that would easily be a huge upside. Cash out on the property or develop it and retain all the equity before the cash out, plus renting the home, sell it for what you paid for everything, and that's a good listing. Let me see who's got this one. Hannah Gann, Keller Williams franchise branch in Tuscaloosa. She's got the listing. Okay, these are the two lower priced North River Shores properties I was mentioning earlier. It's 1,000 square feet, built in 2018, almost in half an acre, 0.44, 1 bed, 1 bath. And Chris Hewitt, Keller Williams franchise branch, got it listed 149 even. 1 bed, 1 bath, 1,000 square feet, 2018 something. I don't think that's a real house. It's just like some sort of converted something, and goes cash conventional. So, and then there's one more. This one's even less, 135, 900 square feet, 2018. It's converted shed, 1 bed, 1 bath. And Chris Hewitt again, Keller Williams franchise, got it listed. And I believe he also has, there's one more. It's a residential lot directly on the lake, and they're asking $300,000 for it. That's Chris Hewitt again. All right, next up, Carbon Hill, which is in Walker County. I said Fayette earlier, excuse me. Super affordable home, $150,000 asking price. Very low payment, like $1,200 a month type of thing. 2 bed, 1 bath, solid brick home, late mid-century, 1971. 851 square foot. You never see that. That's so interesting. Connor Woods, Keller Williams franchise branch, but it will go USDA. Are you kidding? See, that's one of the main things. As long as they keep the house in good enough condition to qualify for these really good mortgage loans, they'd be attractive, which the government shut down right now, so you couldn't even get that USDA loan. But again, in the grand scheme of things, the FHA loans and a lot of mortgage lenders are even doing like 1% themselves. So that's a good listing right there. That's a really good listing. I don't think you could do $1,500 a month for rent, but for a primary home and a starter property, you could definitely make some improvements. And it's got 2.7 acres with it, so that's another thing right there. Chop off an acre of that land, the 2.7, chop it into, 2 different parcels, put a mobile home on it, build some equity, develop some money there, and it'll increase your value, and you'll make more. Also in the county where you can do anything you want. You put a commercial building out there if you wanted to, if you had somebody to, rent it. But I would definitely do that. All right, next up, back in River Point South, though. This is Tuscaloosa 69 South, River Point subdivision. This subdivision is it's very unique. The subdivision has riverfront access, like the community has a riverfront area with a boat dock and boat storage, park your boat and stuff there all the time. However, there's a lot of the remaining lots in the subdivision that are not built for whatever reason. This is a 2005 year built home, almost 1,900 square foot with 1 full acre, 4 bed, 2 full bath. And let's see, Russell Olive, Remax Premier Group's got it listed, 349.9. Okay, I've got to move on, guys. That's it for today. Got to fill something out real quick. Don't forget to call my sponsored lender, Ryan Parenthood. He and I make a great team when it's your time to buy a primary home or any of your mortgage and lending needs. He's a really great asset to have for that. That we've benefited tenfold from him and his wife, partnering with us and helping us, in the business and in life as well. It's just been a great relationship for us, Brandy and I, and we'd love to do a deal with them. Again, seize the day. Take care of yourself. We'll see you tomorrow on Hump Day.